Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Friday to you all. The weekend is here. And the sun is shining, very warm. Hope it's warm where you are and hope you're all having a good week. But regular content on the channel recently. We've been doing regular videos, daily videos for the past few days. I'm going to continue that trend today as we speak about the head coach specifically now, because I think Andre Breitenreiter, still have no idea if he's staying or not. He's still leaving us in the dark about his future. And I think it's turned into a bit of a farce, if I'm honest with you. I'm sorry. I have a few things to say about it, and we're going to get into the video. But this is what the video is about. Andre Breitenreiter and what the heck is going on. We've let him have all week now. All week to decide. In fact, he's had 2 weeks because we were relegated 2 weeks ago, let's be honest with you. And he's still umming and ahhing about whether he wants to stay. So I'm just getting tired of this now. I think for me, my interpretation of it all is that his heart doesn't seem in it. He doesn't seem to want to be here. The fact that it's taking so long to get an answer says all you need to know, really. He's still not giving an answer. Well, I've made no secret that I've not particularly been a fan of his. Andre, I haven't. I think that what I've seen doesn't really deserve. Andre deserves to stay nonsense that's being branded around. Well, why does he deserve to stay? What has he shown? Apart from pass the blame on to everybody else, he hasn't done anything. So, look, I don't understand all the hype from some of the sections of this fan base. It would seem 1,000% sure that he's the guy that should take us forward. Like I say, he's shown nothing to suggest that. I think the owner Nagel, he just needs to pull his finger out, to be honest with you, and get down to business. Lead by example and get a manager through the door that wants to be here, pure and simple. I think it's embarrassing, this fiasco. Waiting on a manager all week to decide what he wants to do. For me, I just think it's naive leadership from the top. And we get all this about, you go and run the club if you think you know best, and all this rubbish that gets branded around, right? No, it's not about that. But it's clear when they're dillying and dallying about the situation, they're not showing any leadership. And they haven't shown any leadership all season. As we know, they've made an absolute mess of the situation. So don't come at me and tell me that you go and do a better job if you think so. No, I won't. Because as a fan, we can only see, we can have an opinion based on what we see. And it's not about I know best and I know, I should be, you go and do it if you think you're good, if you think you know it all. But, I'm tired of hearing the same rubbish from fans that think, that they defend the club at all costs, defend them, and live in this positivity bubble they like to pretend to be on, right? I think it's pathetic. The majority of this fan base accept mediocrity, right? But I'm the problem. I'm the problem because I'm negative. I'm the problem because I'm moaning all the time. I'm the problem. Absolutely rubbish. I'm going on a rant, guys, but I'm just tired. Every time I have an opinion about something, every time I have an opinion about talking out and then being told to stop moaning, stop being negative, stop complaining. But yet you've got fans sat there accepting everything that the club does and accepting that we are mediocre FC. That's what we are. Like I said, where are the standards? Oh wait, we don't have any. It is pretty embarrassing that we're just holding this guy up as if he's a world-class manager. He's a world-class manager, apparently. And the reality is, and many fans don't like to hear this, but the reality is he failed at what he did when he came to this football club. He failed 13 games, he failed. 2 wins, out of 13 games, and he's still got people sat there defending him. Ooh, he hasn't got his own players. Ooh, this, that, and the other. He hasn't had a pre-season. All these excuses. By the way, the same excuses that they gave Nat Pratt Darren Moore at the beginning of his tenure. Ooh, it'll be alright, it'll be fine. Give him time. He's got a lot of injuries. Absolutely pathetic. I'm telling you, it is. He didn't improve a single player, Andre Breitenreiter. He took us to League One in the end, because we were outside the relegation zone when he came in. I think it's sad that there's no standards at this football club. People carrying on like this Andre Breitenreiter is a world-class manager just because he's CV in Germany and Austria, where in reality it's nothing compared to the English leagues. The champion, the second tier, this is nothing compared to these leagues that we're talking about. I'm sorry, and I think, like I say, mediocrity. Our fans are happy to accept it. They're happy to accept failure, and you just wonder why we're in the state we're in. I think, look at what Nagel said in his video down. He was hoping to hear from him. Still nothing. Just Andre Breitenreiter just needs to tell us the decision. He's talking about if the players aren't committed and we'll get rid of them, but when it comes down to the head coach, he's different. Oh, you're our man. Tell me, what has he done to earn the right? What has he done? Apart from pull up shocking performances, the results have been shocking. And then what he did is, when we were pretty much relegated, let's pass the blame to everybody else about pre-season, the players aren't together, players are leaving early. Where were you? When players were leaving earlier? Why did you let that happen? Instead of passing the blame off everybody else about the players aren't fit enough to play your style of football, your style, nobody else's, yours. He knew when he came in what he was getting himself in for. He knew the situation, and I think that the reality is Breitenreiter should do the right thing and resign. The reality is he won't resign because he's waiting for the club to sack him, so he gets a nice little payoff, right? That's what he's doing. He's playing the club for a mug, right? People don't want to see it as that. And I think that, just grovelling to a manager who needs to take time, reflect on what are we reflecting on. You either want to be managing in the third tier, or you don't. Because like you said, I don't tend to usually manage in the third tier of in third tier of football. Well, there's your answer then, go. So, I just think it's an absolute mess. Again, just messing around again. This is what the club do, messing around. What happened to being on the front foot? Get someone in. Who's going to get us up, who wants to be here, and ultimately won't find every excuse under the book and blame everybody else for why we got relegated. I think if you look at the quality in terms of tactics, let's say training, inspiring, he's failed. And now he's just turned toxic, if I'm honest with you. That's what he's done, he's turned toxic, and now he's just waiting for Nagel to say, right, we've had enough, we're going to sack you. And then, like I said, a nice payoff, happy days for him. I think, like I said, the results of performance have been awful. He's part of the reason we've been relegated, but again, he's trying to shift all the blame elsewhere because he's worried about his reputation. By the way, he's not calling out everything. And by the way, I think that the things that he did say about the culture, I agree with. I absolutely agree with. The players, fair enough. Don't blame pre-season like the owner is doing, to be fair. So the owner's doing the exact same thing. The owner's blaming Neil Warnock for this failure of the season, effectively. That's what I got from his video diary. So, yeah. Trying to keep him is yet another mistake. Because, like I said, his football is awful. And he just points the finger. He's pointing the finger at everybody but himself. And I think that's the writing on the wall for me. I've kind of gone on a bit of a rant, to be honest with you, in this video, but I just wanted to come on here, say my piece about it. And I think that if he don't, if he doesn't want to be, then where is the responsibility from the top? Are we just letting this escalate and escalate and escalate further? Because that's not helping anybody. We need to be organised. And people are saying, the season hasn't finished yet, and all this. I don't care if the season's finished yet. I want to see us, sort the situation out in terms of the manager. I'm not asking for an overhaul overnight. I'm just asking for the managerial situation to be sorted, because the reality is if he doesn't want to be, then you're having to, look, there's obviously a short list of managers. God knows who they'll come up with this time, because I don't trust anybody at the top to make the right decision, because they've proven not to be trustworthy. But there's a short list. They have to go through the interview process, and this can take quite a while to do. And then before you know it, we'll be thinking, oh my God, we've got to. So I just think I just think it's just an absolute shambles at the moment. The manager is just letting this issue go on and on and on. I mean, we talk about he needs to discuss things with his family. Shouldn't he have already discussed that before he originally signed? Because that's surely, we were around the relegation zone when he came in, so relegation was a possibility. So he knew what he was coming into in that aspect. And I think that the point now, it's Friday, he's had all week, still nothing, still radio silence. I think that the people at the top have to take action now and take some responsibility for a change. But to be fair, Breitenreiter is not resigning for some reason. Well, not for some reason. He's not resigning because, like I said, if he resigns, he doesn't get a payoff that he wants. And I just think he's said the things he said and everything just to protect his reputation. He hasn't done it for the benefit of the football club, calling out the culture, calling out the players, calling out this, but passing the blame on to everybody else. He's done it for himself. And that's what it is. And like I said, I've not been overly convinced, and I've said it time and time again. I've not seen anything to suggest we should keep him on pre-season with his players or without. When you employ a manager at this stage of the season, we did. You want him to keep you up, and regardless. And he knew when he came in, he wouldn't have the players that he desired, but he still came in. So I'm sorry, Mr. Nagel. It's time to take some action. Back up the words that you've been spouting for all season long, and it is time to take some responsibility. You said that he's your man, but he's delaying the inevitable. He's delaying the decision. It's time to, it's time to make a decision. This has gone on long enough, and yeah, has to be decided. So, look, Andre, just do the right thing and resign, or if not, the board have to start. The board, the owner, they have to make a decision, and they have to take, they have to actually do the correct decision. The correct decision being, it's time to look for somebody else that knows the League One, knows how to get out of it, and has the heart and desire to be able to get out the best out of the players they've got. Because like I said, we will be keeping a core group of these players, the core group of players that he's decided to call out and say that that they don't want to be at the club. So hasn't been able to get the best out of them. So it's time to move on. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching us. Please make sure you smash the like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below on this situation with the manager. People are telling me to calm down, guys. People are saying stop being dramatic. The season just ended. We've known we've been relegated for 2 weeks, but yet he still doesn't know whether he wants to stay or not. Sorry, the time is up. The time is to take action. However it is, it needs to be sorted out, and we need to start looking for a new manager. I think, because that's best for all parties. So yeah, thanks all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good weekend, everyone.